nice and I hope you're all doing well. We are back in the kitchen for this video because today I want to show you 4 of my go-to fried rice recipes that I make when I want something really quickly and I want something really tasty. This is a relatively new kitchen and I'm still sort of getting the hang of everything, but if this video turns out well, it's all because my mom and my grandma has taught me well. If this doesn't turn out well, this is completely my fault. I didn't pay attention to them when they were teaching me. And before we get right into cooking, I want to let you know I've started a Sydney newsletter and we are hosting a snacks giveaway that ends very soon. To enter, all you need to do is sign up to the newsletter and be based in Sydney. I'll put all the details in my description. And so the very first fried rice that we're going to be making today is a very simple fried rice. It's the egg fried rice. So what I've always been taught is that one of the most important ingredients to your fried rice is your rice, and what I've always been taught is that overnight rice that's been left in the fridge is really good rice for fried rice because it's not as wet, it's a bit drier, and so when you stir fry it, you get those like individual grains of rice as you're eating it. So we've got this whole thing of rice, which I've prepared in advance of this video, and we're gonna try and make 4 different types of fried rice with this, so I hope we don't run out. In terms of the ingredients for our egg fried rice, it's very simple. All you're gonna need is some eggs, some rice, a thing of spring onions. I also like to add garlic and also some frozen vegetables to it. You don't have to add it if you don't want to, and soy sauce always helps. We started with the prep really simple. Chop up your spring onions like this, then set it aside. Then we mash up the garlic and chop that up too. There we go. Once that's done, we set that aside as well. Okay, and then we whisk the 2 eggs, and that's the extent of our prep. And there we have it, chopped spring onions, minced garlic, a cup of rice, frozen veggies, and 2 eggs that I need to whisk. I really miss cooking with fire, but we work with what we have. So to a pan, add some peanut oil, and once it's heated, add in your garlic and let that sizzle. And then add in your whisked egg, give it a stir and cook it till it's around 50% cooked, so kind of like this. Then you add in your rice into the pan. It helps to, break it apart before you add it in, but I forgot and had to break it apart in the pan. Just keep breaking and breaking and breaking till it turns like this. I tried to do a rice flip, but my arm muscle failed me. This looks okay. And to this we add our frozen vegetables. There's corn, peas, and carrots, but you can choose whatever you want, pick whatever suits your own taste. Give that a very good stir. Toss it if you have the ability, or move it around the pan if you don't have that ability. Once it's looking like everything is relatively mixed in together, add in a tablespoon of soy sauce. Make some space on the pan and pour the soy sauce on the side before mixing everything in together. See, I can't really flip the pan, so I got another spatula and just dropped all the rice from a height. I was told this decreases the tendency of the rice sticking together, apparently. Anyway, we are nearly done. Add in your chopped spring onions, give it a couple last tosses, and there we have it, our very own egg fried rice. All right, first taste of the egg fried rice. It smelled pretty nice, and it looked like, you can see like the grains are like pretty separate from each other, which is what you want in a fried rice. I think I did pretty well. It's simple, it fills you up, it's pretty tasty. I'd be happy if I had this for lunch. Hey Eunice, do you want some fried rice? Yeah. Do you want to come here and taste test?
I'm so hungry.
So if you don't like this, that means it's really bad. You don't have to be in frame.
That's good.
Is it just because you're hungry? Alright, and the next fried rice on this list is a Yeongjeol Chao Fan, and it's something that we would typically get if we are going to a Chao Tantang as a family. So we'd get like the fried rice, and then we would share a Chao Mein, and then we might get some other dishes just to share it. And I am excited to recreate the Yeongjeol Chao Fan right now. You need char siu, and you also need prawns, and you need your eggs, and also of course your overnight rice. And it's actually not too difficult. If I can do it, anyone can. So without further ado, let me show you exactly what you need. So you'll need some garlic, some spring onions, a couple eggs, some soy sauce. Don't worry, all of this will be in my description. So we're gonna start with chopping up the spring onions before mincing up a couple cloves of garlic. Then grab your leftover char siu. I think I took about 6 to 8 pieces and then chop them up into bite-sized pieces, kind of like this. Then I grabbed about 10 pieces of prawns and just cut them up to be a similar size as my char siu. And once that's done, set that aside. Then grab 2 eggs, whisk it up and set that aside too. Now this is optional, but I've seen people add peas into their yolks. That was how fun. But I only had this bag of frozen vegetables and I couldn't be bothered sifting through to find just the peas. So that's pretty much prep or done. Now for the cooking. Add some oil to a pan, and once it's hot enough, add in your prawns. Cook them till they change color and then take it out of the pan. Then add in your garlic, let it sizzle, and then pour in your whisked egg, and like before, just let it cook to about 50% before adding in your rice. I used around a cup of rice here, and once the rice is in, work to mix in the egg and the rice as quickly as possible. Use 2 spatulas if you need, lift it up and let it fall back down to separate the rice even more. Does it really work? I think so, I don't know. Then add in your prawns, give that a good stir, and add in your char siu. Give that a good stir too before sprinkling in some spring onions. Add in some salt, add in a tad bit of soy sauce, and your yolk zao cao fan is pretty much done. Okay, I just made the yolk zao cao fan. It looks okay and it smells pretty good as well. And it tastes really nice as well. You can of course marinate the prawns. I didn't actually marinate the prawns, I just threw it in the pan and cooked it as is. But this tastes pretty good as is. I can't take credit for the char siu, I just bought it from a restaurant in Chatswood. I prefer to have some meat or some protein in my fried rice. I'm happy to just have the egg fried rice and the frozen veggies, but I think that having some sort of protein in your rice just sort of like makes it that much more substantial. I like it. Hey Eunice! Do you want to try it? Come here. Huh?
That's good.
Really? Do you like this one more or the one before?
I like this one more.
Why? Because you're Tassil and Ha. The next fried rice dish on this list is something called a san cao ngao you fan, which is a minced beef with lettuce fried rice. I know it sounds kind of weird to put lettuce in your fried rice, but it's actually really good and it's really easy to make as well. So let me show you the ingredients that you need for this dish. So what you need is minced beef, romaine lettuce, a couple cloves of garlic, 2 eggs, and a cup of rice. First, we marinate the minced beef. I added about half a tablespoon of rice wine, a third of a tablespoon of sesame oil, and half a tablespoon of soy sauce. Mix it all together and let it sit while I prepped the other ingredients. Chop up a thing of spring onions, mince up a couple cloves of garlic, and then whisk up a couple eggs. And just set that all aside. After you wash the romaine lettuce, chop it up lengthwise so it looks like this. First, add some oil to the pan, and the first thing we're cooking up is the minced beef. Put it in the pan, give it a good stir, break it apart until it's all cooked. Once that's cooked, take it out and then add in your garlic and your egg. And like before, cook it till it's about, 50 to 60% before adding in your rice, and then stir it as quick as possible. Just keep stirring till it looks something like this. Once it's mixed in well together, add in your minced beef back into the rice. Give it a good stir like this, and once it's all, thoroughly mixed in, the rice, the egg, the beef, add in a tablespoon of soy sauce just on the side of the rice. Give it a good mix before adding in your chopped lettuce. Keep tossing, keep mixing, and once you feel like everything is pretty much done, add salt and white pepper and maybe a bit more soy sauce to taste, and you're pretty much done. Alright, and here is my attempt at the san cao ngao you fan, which is the beef mince with lettuce and then also with the egg fried rice. There's that crunch of the lettuce, which I really do like. Hey Eunice, do you want to try? And the rice is like, it's not stuck together. You can see each individual grain, which is so important in a fried rice. Do you like it?
Mm. I prefer the other one.
Yeah, it's our top one. Okay, then I'll bring this on to lunch tomorrow then. And last but definitely not least, we have the kimchi fried rice. I've actually done a version of this in one of my previous videos when I used canned tuna, but this time around we're going to be using bacon, which is actually what I prefer. It's also very easy to make. It doesn't take that many ingredients, and this is what you're gonna need. So to make this, what you need is 120 grams of bacon, a tablespoon of gochujang, a couple cloves of garlic, a thing of spring onions chopped, a third of a cup of kimchi, 1 cup of rice, and 1 egg. Start with chopping up the spring onions and then mince the garlic like before proceeding to roughly chop up your kimchi. This will do. Then take out your bacon. I used middle bacon, and then chop them into small rectangles around this size. We cook the bacon first, so once the pan is heated up, add your chopped bacon into the pan and give it a good stir, and then take it out of the pan when it's cooked. Then add a little bit of oil and add in your garlic and let it sizzle before adding in your kimchi. And once you add it in, you can really smell that spice in the kimchi. Look, I didn't break apart the rice beforehand, but you might find it helpful to sort of like break it apart before putting it into the pan, because now I have to break it apart in the pan. Anyway, once your rice is thoroughly mixed in, add in your gochujang, give it a very good mix, and you can sort of see the color changing before your eyes. Then add in about half a tablespoon of soy sauce just on the side like this. And finally, once it's got a bit of a good stir, add in your bacon into the rice. Give that a good mix, toss it if you can. This is the extent of my abilities of tossing. Anyway, add in your spring onions, give it sort of a couple more stirs, and the rice part of it is done. You can, of course, eat this straight away, but I usually top this with an egg sunny side up. And there we have it, a bacon kimchi fried rice. The yolk oozing out in combination with that kimchi just makes it taste so good. And we are now done with the kimchi bacon fried rice. Here is my first taste of the kimchi fried rice. This is really good. You've got that sort of sourness from the kimchi, but you've also got that spice from the gochujang and the kimchi itself. But then you've got the creamy yolk, and then you've got the, you know, the savory bacon as well. Eunice, do you want to try this?
Oh, that looks nice.
Do you like this one?
Can I take this to work tomorrow?
Yeah, you're welcome to. Which one's your favorite out of the 4?
I think this one, yeah.
Oh, the kimchi bacon. And then second? Balsamic.
Beef.
And then egg fried rice is your least favorite? But you ate the whole thing.
Yeah, because it's the first bowl you gave me.
And that is it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the link in my description if you want to sign up to my newsletter. And let me know if you have any other fried rice recipes. And yeah, if you're still watching, thank you so much for watching till the end. I post new videos every week, so check them out if you have time. Have an amazing rest of the week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! I'm gonna show you 4 of my go-to fried rice dishes. Fried rice. Let me know if you have any other fried rice. Do you want more?
Yeah.
Give me a bowl.
What, you don't like it?
No, I do, but I have to make 3 more.
Why?
Because I'm filming a video.